Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and you are watching KIC 2023, and we are moving into our match number 3, and the first 2 matches is gonna be so intense. You already know, and you know what happens. Each side already have 1 point, so this next game also is gonna be really important. That's gonna be the deciding factor. They already gonna have 2 points if they win this next game.
Yeah. It's like in game they always equalize it and always make a lot of trades, and so does the score, right? They just tied it up, and since we're doing best of 7, so it's gonna be game 3. And as we can see, we're doing the global pen pick. Again, once you select some hero, it can only be used once.
Yeah.
So that also means you're gonna consume the cards in your hero pool, and you need to save it. And at the same time, you need to balance your comp to make sure that it won't be so, risky.
That's right. You want to choose the best comp at your own price. So, you gotta balance everything out. And I feel like, Wuhan eStar, they're saving up their cards. I don't know what they're doing right now, but definitely I'm smelling something different about them today.
Yeah, and what about game 3? We can see Wuhan eStarPro, they stand for the blue side, and Beijing WB on the red.
Yes, you can see the 2 coaches are analyzing their battles from the last game and try to, make those BPs as much critical as possible. So, banning out Slims, banning out Butterfly, banning out Zenyo, and banning out Iggy for the first round.
Again, 4 new heroes from AOV, and here it is! Zip!
Zip is gonna be on the table. Finally, our favorite hero
Finally!
is gonna be in action here.
I do like the Zip pick because,
and
wow!
Liliana is out. Wow.
Wow! And there's like 2 assassins from Beijing WB side, right?
Yes.
Liliana, the hero that we talk about, is like the hybrid Tigress with Mai Shiranui, and we can see how stunning it was Hua-Jun by playing that Mai Shiranui, and this time for this new hero, I would say it can do even better job than Mai Shiranui.
Yes, and I have really high expectation for this Liliana to be out on this mid lane, and Hua-Jun is playing this character, and also another new hero, Irie, is gonna be playing as maybe the top lane here, maybe for Beijing WB.
Yeah, so the question is, will Beijing WB do the same trick, just like rotate the Prince of Line to be a flex pick? The support or the jungler, they left it as a question, and somehow they're doing the tricks during the ban pick phase because they're gonna go to the second phase of the ban pick phase.
Yes.
And if you do not know which kind of position exactly Prince of Lani will be, it's kind of just trick some of those bans from Wuhan eStarPro.
Definitely, yeah. I think what Weibo try to do here, try to have that, those bans, try to steal away those bans, like letting your opponents guess what you try to do. So, yeah, those ban position is really, really important. But it seems like they're banning away Terry, also Drunzer. So, they want to remove that hero, can remove a lot of CCs from the eStarPro composition.
Which kind of means maybe Wuhan eStarPro, they try to bring up a whole composition with great hard CC.
Yes,
right?
Yes, they already have a lot of CC. They have this Zip, they got the Princess Frost with the Frozen AoE, a lot of zoning abilities by this hero alone, Princess Frost. So they still have 2 more spots, so they have a lot of options. They can go with a lot of hard CCs, but I feel like they're a little bit short of damage right now. So I want to see some kind of assassin, because you can see that Beijing WB already have 3 assassin-like hero on their team.
True. So that also means it put Yi-Jin in such a dangerous position.
Yes.
How can this man stay alive during the team fight?
Maybe,
triple assassin from Beijing WB
just
side.
have to sit down on his ultimate. And actually, Zip can actually protect this Hua-Jun. And look at this, Sinestria.
Wow.
He is gonna be the jungler, I believe, for eStarPro. And this hero is super dead. Maybe he, changing it to Jane. Maybe he's unsure, give him some time to decide.
Yeah, well, if they really goes to that Sinestro, I feel like it's gonna be a horrible game. I mean, it's not mean that they're not gonna be competitive anymore. It's more like it's so daunting because both Prince of Lanli and Sinestro will be invisible.
That's
so
right.
everyone's just gonna be so lost in the game.
That's right, invisible hero. Why don't you throw in Shoyu being invisible?
Putting the eye, putting the formation.
Yeah, the camouflage. But I feel like Sinestria has that super invisibility that no one can see, like zero zero visibilities.
We definitely will see that hero, I'm sure.
Definitely going to see that Sinistria pretty soon. But Huanzhong is going to be on the table right now with this Jing. Yeah, Jing is pretty up there. You know, his tier is going to be really up there, like T1, T0. So this Jing still have the highlights that he has before, and yeah, it's still a strong character.
Yeah, and I do like the Huanzhong pick, you know. Though we know that Huanzhong is just going to be so immobile and kind of fragile during the lanings. And since Beijing Weibo got triple assassins, it looks like Yizhen was in such a dangerous position. But don't forget Zip, right? The second ability that Zip has can just eat Huanzhong up. So as we scrutinize the drops that Beijing Weibo has, yeah, true, they got triple assassins, but they only got one chance. Get in, get it clean, right? Do the insta kill. But what if Zip, Ziyan just eat Yizhen up?
Yeah.
They're just gonna miss the target.
Miss the target, but also that is gonna be a way to readjust his position.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be like a moving artillery. They're gonna move like a moving cannon. Like he can travel from one location to another location at a really fast rate. And you know what? I see a combo coming by this eStarPro. You know, Varus can actually put all the enemy in one spot, and Huanzhong can use his ultimate to deal damage. So, you know, if the CCs are coming in hot from Varus and also, you know, Princess Frost, everyone is going to be immobilized from Beijing Weibo. So they have to watch it. That's why they removed Zhuangzi at first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the image was there, and two teams are well prepared, and also the crowd, they are supporting, showing their great love to their beloved teams. And right now for game 3, let's just take a good look at the map.
Yes, let's take a good look. I feel like leading Allen is pretty much in the mid lane. He's doing quite well, but the invasion so early.
Wow, so early.
Just go in. He knows that Prince Allen is pretty weak in the early game.
Yeah.
And also, he has Zip with them. Princess Frost arriving to the scene. Prince Allen cannot do nothing right now. Maybe the smite battle is going to be happening, but the smite goes to Lucian, and Jing is going to get that red off the bat.
And now they're coming for Zimo. Zimo flash in, try to get a kill on Jin, but Jin escape away with such a low HP bar. Well, the skirmishes continue again. Zimo was dragged by Virus, and Virus still coming in. The Frozen was there, and first blood goes to Qinrong, the Princess of Frost.
That's right, 1 for 1 here in this early game, but definitely the first blood, and it's gonna have that cash injection injected into eStar's cash flow. But here is Weibo fighting back, getting that blue. Maybe yes, and Prince Alani will get that blue back. So 1 for 1, you know, it's a pretty fair trade so far.
Again, head to head. 1 kill for another, 1 buff for another.
But here eStarPro is getting another buff from their jungle. And wow, this Jing is farming up like an animal right now. Already level 3 and probably the highest go of them all currently.
I mean, like, once a pro, they just stick to their aggressions and try to do some early invasions, but Beijing will also react fast. So it's more like a head-to-head game. Let's just watch the replay. First thing first, it was eStarPro. They successfully just steal away the red buff, but the problem is Zimo come from the rear, right? He come down and try to support.
Yes, and Net was almost able to save him at that time, but it was not enough. Here's the Princess Frost getting that frozen, the ultimate already on Yizhen, and look at that, the towers, the HP are chipping away, and Fan can't really do nothing right now. There's no minions on that lane, so he's going to be really dangerous, and try to make sure to protect that bottom tower. If that bottom tower goes down too fast, it might leave an opening for the blue.
Exactly. They are going to open a window at the bottom lane for Wuhan eStarPro. And actually, it's not easy for them to execute this kind of comp because you can see it relies a lot on their coordination. You need to stay close, right? You need to using those ultimate to put it together to complete that kind of big picture that we have, right, for the team fight, or doing the pushing strategy. But you need to make sure you stick to each other all the time.
Yes, definitely. I feel like, you know, Yizhen is sticking with Ziyan, and they're like a double team combo, and you know, always Yizhen is gonna be there for Ziyan, Ziyan is gonna be there for Yizhen.
And
like,
so does Qinrong, right?
Yeah, so does Qinrong. Qinrong, like the AOE is gonna kind of zone away the enemies and force the enemies to fight in a different position.
Yeah.
And yeah, those three are already a great combo. Here is gonna be maybe Ziyan try to suck him in, but not yet. I feel like he just real calculated, like he can survive that, so he doesn't need that help yet.
Yeah, I mean, like for Wuhan eStarPro, they're trying to pressure on the bottom lane for Beijing Weibo, and he was doing quite a good job. He's playing defensively, and actually he held on a lot of times. That kind of just reset the game. That kind of just buy more time for Lincoln to farm up or Zimo's hero.
Yes, and look at that, Zip just saved the damage.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's what we said.
Yeah, all the spells, are like the debuff went away. The shuriken, the marks that Fan got on Yizhen just went away immediately after he came out of Ziyan's stomach.
I mean, you guys don't need to be so surprised if you find out Yizhen was absent from the whole match. You find him nowhere. It's because like Zip's second ability, which made this hero exactly why so popular in this patch, to protect Yizhen by eating him up.
Yes. And I feel like a small big fight or a small skirmish is about to happen, because here's Liliana and Prince Alani try to get this dragon. Maybe fighting for the river control right now.
Yeah.
Fawn is arriving to the scene. Still, Jane and Varus is rushing down, but they do not have their jungle available, so this jungle definitely is going to belong to Weibo at the time, so Dragon goes to them. They are just going after objective right now. Maybe not much of battles or team fights.
Actually, Beijing Weibo just, sending unit again. You can see every time when Beijing Weibo fall behind, they always go for that group strategy.
Yeah.
Everyone just stick to each other, sending groups, make sure that they're gonna be safe. And every time Wuhan eStarPro try to initiate, get in, they can never scatter Beijing Weibo.
That's right. I feel like Beijing Weibo is playing a more, like safer this time.
Yeah.
Because they have assassins, but still they don't want to like overdo it. They don't want to be like, oh, I can 1v5. But right now they want to be together and try to play more like a team fight based game instead of surrounding one core player.
They always want to make sure that they got numbers in advantage when they try to engage.
I feel like Zimo try to take down that top tower, and Jin, I feel like he is farming really well, this player.
Yeah.
And look at that, 4K go already, and he is being this player, like he's taking the go all the way from the top lane to the mid lane. So he's getting the goes from the jungle, he's getting the goes from the clash lane. So he has a lot of damage and a lot of arsenal within his kit.
Exactly. With that 1,000 gold lead, I would say it's quite potential to see this hero, to see Luo Siyuan make a lot of things happen in the mid game.
Yes, the mid game is where maybe most of the big fight is going to be happening. But I feel like, still a little bit squishy for all the heroes on Beijing Weibo side.
Yeah. Again, they do not have a real tank. It's more like a one-way game, and here comes the Jin.
Trying to make something happen here.
Force out the flash.
Yeah, force out the flash from Annette, the support from Beijing Weibo. But here's going to be this Prince Alani try to do some damage, but he has to back out here. And here, Liliana, such a fast movement. And Liliana has a lot of movement strategies. Turning into a fox, dashing forward, he can use the flash, also gaining another movement, so he can dash 2 or 3 times to get out of those tough areas.
Exactly, and because of the mobility and the flexibility, allow this hero to do a lot of things. Wow, that's the reason why Beijing Weibo, they always trying to be in the position, right? To do a lot of preset, but Wuhan eStarPro, they just, after they taking down the towers, after they lost the towers at both side lanes, they're just being so, they just gather together in the mid lane, right? To prioritize their mid lane and make sure that they can guard their towers well.
Yeah, this tower is going to be super important. I feel like both sides are doing a really good job at defense, just really waiting for each other, like who's gonna make that first mistake in the battle. But right here, maybe another fight happening, but both teams are just playing so cautiously. They just want to like get the blue and go away, and get the objective and get out. They don't want unnecessary fights. They want to make sure when they start the fight, they know they're gonna walk out winning.
Exactly. They need to make sure they they want to be fully confident about the future play. And actually, when we're getting closer and closer to the 10 minutes mark, when we're so close to the epic monster to spawn, I would say both teams, they need to slow down or prepare for that one chance.
Yes.
Whoever win the pre-team fight before the epic monster spawn, who will lead the game.
Yes, and here is Fawn trying to do some damage to that tower. Almost, got it back to half HP, but he has to get away. Varus trying to protect the area at all time. And you can see that these heroes are together, like Varus and Princess Frost, protecting this Hwanju at all time.
They're playing around each other, right? Try to protect him, and not even mention to Zip. Try to harass Jin a little bit. I mean, you can see like Beijing Weibo got quite a nice gold lead, right? Gold advantages with 2,000 gold. But they really rely a lot on Liliana because most of the gold are on Liliana. And on the other side, for Wuhan eStarPro, they really need Luo Siyuan to stand out because Luo Siyuan got gold lead, but rest of the members, they only go like, well, I would say not bad.
Yeah, not bad. I feel like they're gonna rely on Hwanju to do the cover damage.
Yeah.
Liu Shiyuan, maybe he just gonna try to like dash in later. Maybe have Varus or someone to make the initial engagement happening. Then he can just jump in for the cleanup. But right now, definitely all the goals allocated to Liu Shiyuan, to this Jin for this match. But
so like the timing matters a lot.
Yeah. Compared to Beijing Weibo, their goals is pretty much evenly allocated. Like you like Fawn has some go. Liliana has some go, fairly decent amount of go, so each hero pretty much can do its own solos, but they have to be careful if they meet Jin.
Yeah. Like when they're doing solos, Jin definitely gonna win the upper hand. But if they're going for that big team fight for Beijing Weibo with that even go for each individual hero, triple assassin, can't imagine how explosive it will be during the team fight.
Yes, might be another hack. Trying to target. Here's gonna be trouble. Here's Prince of Lani getting the kill on Liu Shiyuan. Liu Shiyuan goes down. Everybody's gonna fall apart. Here's gonna be Zip taking away Hwanju. Hwanju is gonna be in a safe position. Everybody gotta protect the president. Hwanju goes away, but here's gonna be Liliana trying to do something happening. Here's a lot of assassins, 3 assassins coming after Ziyan and Ijun, and they have to get back in time before they get to their face.
I mean, I do like the way how Weibo is playing the game. Triple assassin again, try to force in and dash in. The damage done was quite decent, and after they see Zip just eat up Huangjong, they just like, what about just skip Huangjong? No one cares about Huangjong. You're just gonna be the guard of the towers, but we are gonna be so devastating to get the kill. And now it's gonna be so dangerous for Chaoxi. Jin chasing in, shut him down.
And Jin, the combo. Ziyan with Liu Shiyuan together, rolling into the mid lane and getting that kill on Chaoxi. That was a really good combo by Zip, using that arsenal, using that ultimate with the second ability. And here's Annette running right now in trouble, and his ultimate has untargetable ability, but still you're gonna walk outside. There's 5 enemies waiting for you to say hello, and theirs goes down. Xingyu and 2 man down, so they're gonna take this dragon. They have a good advantage, but here's Liliana still doing a lot of damage. The flash coming in by Varus. Here's gonna be Prince of Lani. Oh, this is gonna be immunity by Zip is gonna save Hwanju just at the last second.
Well, you see, like both teams really did head-to-head. No one actually take any step back.
Yes.
If you're gonna kill me, I'm gonna let you pay it back.
That's right. You have to give something up. You try to go for the dragon. Well, I'm gonna go for your ADC. So it's all about compromise. Make the best trade possible. So I would say I feel like the trade is gonna be good for Beijing Weibo because they have the goalie, so they got the Vanguard, so they have the better trade right at this moment.
And it's like Beijing Weibo's triple assassin comp allow this team to snowball the game after they win the advantages, right? They can just snowball the game and keep pushing, and after they are granted by the Shadow Vanguards, they can just easily take down the high ground tower. But as for Wuhan eStarPro, it's more like now they do need to protect Huangjong.
Yeah, they do need
to protect him.
Yeah, because like all the goals is rising here from all the assassins from Beijing Weibo, and time is gonna be running out for eStarPro because the minions are moving in, the dragons are moving in, and I feel like at that last initial battle, Jing went down first, so everything just fall apart like a piece of paper, just got ripped, shattered apart. And look at that, the damage is coming in from Fan. So much assassin damages. I feel like everyone is assassin except for Annette, and just so much damage coming in from Beijing Weibo.
You know, if they are picking out so many assassins with such great mobility, that also means they can do a lot of solos. Right?
Yes.
They can be so dominating on all 3 lanes after they got the advantages, and right now they can just let Fan to take down the towers, because we know due to the ability that Fan has, this hero has the most the most effective thing, the most efficient way to take down towers.
Yes, he's a tower destroyer. Also, his passive, he can hear a lot of stuff, so he can detect enemies at any time. Kind of like seconds the passive of Marco Polo's.
And also he can deal true damage towards those unusual objectives.
Yes, Hwanjung in the middle. Here's gonna be Zip. Here's gonna be the Ari going in, eat it up, bringing back Ejin underneath the tower, taking down Chaoxi. Chaoxi goes down, Xingyu goes down. Here's Jing going crazy with the kills. Ejin's still alive. Here's Hwanjung still alive. 4v2 situation. Only 1 man down for eStar, and now they're coming back strong with Yoshue and Ejin doing all those damages.
That's incredible. That's incredible. We already predict that Zip definitely gonna eat Ejin up, right? During the teamfight, try to protect him. But who has a pro? They played it in another way. Liang eat Ejin up, but not for retreat, but for attack.
That's right.
Just rolling in.
Anderson is so unexpected. Like he actually rolled forward underneath the tower, and taking all those tower damage allows Hwanjung to deal those damage and kill Chaoxi in time before Chaoxi still have the CD on the second ability.
Yeah, I mean, like, Chaoxi will really retreat back to his own towers, and he was like, what? Why Hwanjung is just right before me?
Yes, that's right. Like, why he's coming after me?
Yeah, it's not like assassin, it's not like the jungler or the top laner,
ADC.
but the ADC.
Yeah. So they have to be careful. This Zip, is getting really adaptive to its character now, and this Princess Franz and Zip travel with Hwanjung. Yeah, I feel like they're actually doing a really better protection. Here's gonna be Zip absorbing 3 allies. Running into the wall right there. Maybe that was on purpose. Maybe they didn't want to go in in a rush way.
Try to stop.
Yeah, try to stop.
It's gonna be Beijing Weibo's turn right now. After they see you used the second ability of the Zip, Beijing Weibo tried to enclose the position and gain them the control of this Shadow Overlord.
Yeah, I really like Zip, the second ability. It's like, everybody, all aboard, and we are going in straight. Assemble, that's right. Everybody, the Guardians of the Gorge, the HOK. And yeah, I feel like this dragon right now still belongs to Weibo. I feel like Weibo does have a little bit more map control, because they have 2 of the high ground towers, and the minions are coming in, top lane, mid lane, bottom lane. They do have the tower advantage.
True.
So maybe this Tempest Dragon, maybe they have more presence of getting that, because the map control definitely is going to belong to Weibo currently.
And the map control allow Beijing Weibo right now not be so rushed into doing something, especially engagement, right? They can just pushing those vanguards towards the crystal, right? Try to manage the lanes. They can do it in another safe and easy way.
Ooh, Zip getting controlled by Zimo. Here is going to be the Liliana. Try to jump in, but such a fast movement, nimble movement by Liliana. And a lot of burst damage is available here on this Liliana. So I'm still looking for Liliana, because Liliana has 0 kills right now, but the goal, the capacity that this potential mid can do is insane. And I feel like we haven't seen the potential outplay yet by Liliana in this game yet.
Maybe it will happen in the next team fight, as Beijing Weibo are trying to target in at the bottom high ground tower.
Every assassin trying to move in. Who is going to be the one to make the first move right now? And they're just testing the waters, but time is going to be running out. Look at here. All towers gone for eStarPro, and the Super Minions is going to be online pretty soon. And yeah, I feel like eStar has to find the Tempest Dragon to bounce back from this.
Yeah. You actually just brought up another topic, and that's going to be the point for the whole game. Because that's what Beijing Weibo mentioned about the map control that they have, right? And we know that it seems quite peaceful right now on the battlefield, but Beijing WB is playing in a safe way. They know that they do have the advantages from the high ground tower, so they're not in rush. They try to snowball the game, clean up all those future objectives. But as for Wuhan eStarPro, just like what Gege just said, right? Go for that Tempest Dragon. They need to buy more time for themselves, clean up those minions, and try to wait for this Tempest Dragon because they know that they can do better job during those big team fights around that Tempest Dragon camp.
Yeah, I feel like just before that Tempest Dragon appears, I feel like Weibo might want to, slow them down a bit so they have that 100% secure on the Tempest Dragon. They have the great map control. You know what? I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to take my time. I'm not going to risk solidify it, get my Tempest Dragon. It's going to be on in 56, 55 seconds. Almost time for the ultimate dragon to come out.
True. So this is why we're talking about these two teams to be so sophisticated with the map, with the game. They're playing a mature way. They're operating the game right now, especially for Beijing WB. Due to those advantages from the high ground tower, right now they're trying to close out the game.
Even see the Tempest Dragons. The two super minions, they look so beefy. They look so intimidating. Like it's just so hard to take them down. And right now, like only Beijing WB has the super minions, but eStarPro, like they don't have the normal minions.
Cause the super minion waves will only spawn after high ground tower has been taken down.
Yes, and right now we're closing in to the Tempest Dragon, and there might be a chance of snow and rain showers. So grab your umbrellas. It's gonna be our first Tempest Dragon of the day,
and it might be the deciding team fight.
Yes, might be the deciding team. It might be a really good chance for eStar to bounce back, but they have to be careful of their lanes.
The top lane.
Yeah, look at Irie waiting at the bottom, trying to make something happen here.
Yeah.
And they're all guarding the Tempest Dragon. Here's Jean trying to rotate, trying to find
setup.
Irie is setting up the plays.
Waiting.
Oh, here we go.
Coming in.
Everybody but Zip rotating, saving everybody. Huanzhou repositioning himself. Lane Wei goes down, almost going down, but he's just still alive.
But the minion in the mid lane, they're trying to use the mid lane, trying to close out the game.
Huanzhou goes down, but Zip still saves his life. Huanzhou Reincarnation activated. The Destiny is not going to save him. Huanzhou goes down. 3-man down for eStarPro, and the super minions are moving in. I don't think that Liu Shiyan and Sun Lingwei is going to defend all that super minion from inside the base.
21 minutes, and it seems like Beijing WB, but they're so dedicated into the victory. They ace Wuhan eStarPro, and with the super minion waves, game 3 goes over to Beijing WB.
What a show. The Assassins has taken over the battleground, and wow, nobody is safe from those Assassins.
So much information. So many things happened that time, and you can see as the game is really high tempoed, and a lot of decisions need to be made decisively, right, in that last deciding team fight.
That's right. What a fantastic show. I feel like Zip saved Huanzhou a lot of time, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Like the Assassin's always standing by. Like, okay, once you come out, I'm gonna use my other skills. The CD is gonna be ready. So Huanzhou, it has the damage, but just so many Assassins, so many skills being thrown at this ADC. It was so overtaken for him, overwhelming. That's right. He just can't do anything.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's like hyper competitive, and we do like the way how Ziyan is using that hero, using that Zip, because he's not trying to protect agent. But in another way, he tried to initiate again, right? To do some counter attack. So after he eated him up, he tried to roll in again and try to re-initiate the team fight. And as for Beijing WB, just like what you said, they try to solidify their advantages. And because of the triple assassins, right? They always gonna have another chance. They just need to scatter a little bit.
Yeah, scatter a little bit, and they were just surrounding the ADC
everywhere.
And I feel like eStar was under constant pressure because they have to worry about the laning. The lanes are just empty. Like all the super minions are moving in, and once they take that risk, there's no going back. Because if they lose one hero or two heroes, once they get back to base, you're gonna see all these super minions surrounding him. There's 2 assassins waiting in your base. There's 3 assassins waiting at the battlefield. So you're like, having a hard choice. Do I go back? Do I defend my base and die, or I die here? Like it's really a tough decision. I feel like eStar was under so much pressure from that map.
Yeah, and that's because of the map control, right?
Yeah.
That's because of the advantages that Beijing WB got during the mid game. They gained themselves the advantages.
Yes.
And as for Wuhan eStarPro, just like what you said, there's too many things need to be decided in maybe like 2 seconds or 3 seconds, right?
Yeah.
The time's ticking, and you were like, "What I'm gonna do?" And even for Yizhen, he would be like, "Okay, what if like Ziyang just throw me up?" What if Ziyang is not bringing me back, but just let me to initiate again, right?
I mean, there's some pros and cons. You know, one zip you up into his stomach. I mean, you're losing some damage because you're not dealing damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, so it gives the enemy a chance to like save up their CDs. They're on cooldown, so they get a couple seconds in, and once you come out, their skills is already ready. So there's some pros and there's some cons.
It's like a double-edged sword,
Yeah, it's
right?
kind of like that.
The second ability of Zip. So that exactly makes it to be so like strategic heroes, right? Because you can use it in a multiple way, and you need to flex it during the whole game, right? Just like that, your strategy.
Yeah.
So Zip, we actually held our high expectation to it, and I bet Beijing WB might use Zip too.
Yeah, might be like Beijing WB want to use it on a different hero. There's a lot of combinations. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, but after all, we can see from the previous 3 games, a lot of our heroes can be seen.
Yeah, I already seen like maybe like 70-80%
So
of it.
what else do we have? Like,
maybe,
right?
Maybe like Kira haven't appeared yet.
Kira, Sinestro.
Yes, Sinestro haven't appeared
Bright.
yet. Bright, yes, Bright. I feel like nobody is banning Bright so far.
Oh, yeah.
So far I feel like maybe he's a little bit too squishy. Maybe like the team composition. Maybe different team have different playing styles, so they only select a certain hero that can be adjusted to their own playing style.
Yeah. Why? Well, actually, maybe I will just name another hero. What about Aoi?
Oh, Aoi
Right?
almost appeared. I feel like eStar or Beijing WB was trying to like select it, but change it at the last moment. Also, another hyper carry, really high mobile, like a web slinger. Like you've never heard Spider-Man like going in with the swinging.
Spider-Girl.
Yeah, Spider-Girl. Like just swinging it in and using the first ability to readjust its position. Super high mobile. It's like a spider monkey Hanshin type hero.
Yeah.
So you gotta see it to believe it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, there's so many things to need to be watched, right? And this is only the first day of our tournament. And wow, this is the team stats of both teams in game 3, and we can see each and actually did a lot of damage out.
Yeah, actually
42%
almost 42.5. That's quite a lot. Almost half of the damage dealt by himself.
And also for Hua and Liliana.
Oh, Liliana, I didn't really
Up to
expect.
even 40% of the damage out.
I mean, I feel like she does have really high damage. Huajin, he does really well. Like he didn't die a lot, but also he's just keeping its distance and going in at the right time.
Yeah. And as for the gold, we can see after Beijing will win that team fight, maybe around the Tyrant or something like that, and they just snowball the game. And this time again, Beijing Weibo Xiaoxi got the MVP.
Yes, Xiaoxi got the MVP and the KDA of 4-2 and 5. And you can see the crowd chanting his name with inside the stadiums right now at the ESP Center, and just giving him a lot of confidence.
Exactly, because they can feel the power, they can feel the love and the support the fans gave them. And somehow after this player, Xiaoxi got 2 MVPs in a row. It's kind of brought him the momentum and the confidence, right?
Yes.
So maybe he will go for another like Gongsun Li or some hero like this.
Maybe go for a more aggressive ADC.
Yeah.
And you can see it from the replays right here. I feel like Huanzhong, they're fairly well. Like right here, Huanzhong is at the bottom, but this is the first big fight that's happening. Remember, like the first blood?
The invasion.
Yes, invasion, and here it is. The first blood goes to Princess Frost, but also 1v1, Varus goes down.
Yeah. And I guess it might be this one. Look at the positioning of Beijing Weibo, right?
Ooh.
They're ready to do the team fight. So they just come all over the way and just directly aiming at those people.
Yeah, I like what Beijing Weibo did here. At that time, Jing has the one person has the highest gold, so everybody target him first.
Yeah.
So once he's taken out, the whole team just fell apart.
Exactly.
Yeah. Later on, once the goal between Jing and Huangjun equalize, then they actually switch their targets to Huangjun.
So that's the sophisticated way that Beijing Weibo is playing right now for this game.
Yes.
And they know that Ziyang definitely will use his second ability to protect Yizhen. So again, the logic behind that team fight would be, why not just skip him, right? He's not being the most crucial one, right, during the whole team fight. So they just get the insta kill on Luo Siyuan, just try to let him be removed from the whole map and let themselves to win the game.
Yeah, I feel like Beijing Weibo did a really good job at allocating different damages, knowing which hero is their priority. So priority target is the enemy hero who has the biggest threat. And at that time, the first dragon or the 10 minutes dragon, Liu Shiyuan was Jing playing as Jing, so he is the main target. Take him out, and everything will be just right.
Yeah. And this is only game 3, and now Beijing Weibo 2-1 Wuhan eStarPro, and we are going to go for game 4 after short break.
That's right. Let's see. Good.